What is going on, Chatbot Builders? It's Ryan Baggott here with Chatbot Builder AI, and man, I've got a different one for you guys, but I think you're going to really like it. The goal here is education and doing the right things and not becoming someone that when you were younger you wouldn't want to have been. If you want to do the right things and you want to educate and help, you don't do things that, for lack of better words, are all about the money. And so while I'm not going to comment on all the motivations that I think are probably playing a part here, education is number one. And in an industry so new like AI, the last thing that we need are people out there preaching the wrong message. And man, this last video, it really got me. I'm hoping here that we'll be able to hear the sound on this video. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. But if it doesn't work well, what I'll do is I'll narrate. You can watch it yourself if you're not already one of the hundreds of thousands of people that have watched this guy's videos, and I'll give kudos where they're deserved. This dude has built an incredible following. This dude has built an incredible beginning of a brand. I just don't want wrong advice and the allure of money to just totally dismantle any credibility that this young cat is trying to build up. At the end of the day, it's education. So I'm going to hope that this little audio stuff will work well here. But if not, just bear with me. Let's see. So what we'll do is we will share the screen here. And I've broken this down because this video is just way too long to go through for what it is. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play a few parts of it. I'm going to give you my take. Now, this is definitely my opinion, but this is also fact in so many ways. But at the end of the day, you guys can decide. It's just, for me and the people that I work with, we want to do the right things. We want to go direct from point A to point B without going A to B, but in between adding C, D, E, F, and G, especially if we're trying to teach people things and save them money and save them time. If that's what our stated goals are, or a title of a thumbnail or a video, that I feel like, you just got to be a person that is going to do the right thing. And I'm going to show you a few things and let you guys be the judge. And then I'm also going to speak a few truths that aren't opinion, because I'm going to show you on my screen. So let's just get down to it. And I hope y'all are having an excellent day. So, and I'll check the chat. We might have some people all up in here. What's up, chat people? Love you guys. So hopefully you guys can see the screen. Let me know. Can you hear the sound? Let's see if I can play this bad boy.
In this video, I'll be showing you step by step the fastest way to connect your custom GPTs to Instagram to completely automate your DMs.
Can y'all hear that? If you hear me in the chat, let me know. I can see some of the comments, I think. He's claiming the video is, okay, cool, sweet. That makes me feel great. So I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to explain why this is just crazy. So he says this.
In this video, I'll be showing you step by step the fastest way to connect your custom GPTs to Instagram to completely automate your DMs.
All right. So step number one, a custom GPT, as he later semi-explains, is not going to be connecting to Instagram. In fact, it is the assistant API. So off rip, we need to understand it's important for us to have the correct language or jargon or technical terms if we're going to educate. That's important, okay? Going live, you can make mistakes. An edited video, that's not acceptable. we're not going to get in arguments or look at the semantics, but this is just number one. So the claim is, I'm going to show you the fastest way to connect your custom GPT or your assistant API is the correct term, which is a different product in itself, to Instagram, which is very fast and easy to do. But
so I wanted to create a video to walk you through the easiest method that I've found so that you can get things set up and avoid the mistakes that I've made.
Okay. He's saying that he made some mistakes, which I can attest to because at least 3 times, my time, 5 a.m., Dubai time, I don't know what time that is, but I see a text message saying, "Oh man, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?" And sure, I'm accommodating. I like to help people. Okay. This is great. But I'm going to tell you something, if I'm going to help you and try my best, give you my best effort, tell you the right and wrong ways that OpenAI wants you to do things, or that just makes the most sense, because adding, instead of A and B and being done, you're adding A, C, D, E, and F in between B. This is not the right thing to do. It's just not, because of all the reasons. But let's just continue.
There we go. I can send that information. It's going to pull out the name and it's going to pull out the phone number. And it's going to send that off to Airtable to log that lead so that our sales team can follow up with them. So I can also change the CRM from Airtable to whatever you want.
So that's the whole goal of this super duper long video. All right. So follow me here. The claim is, I'm going to show you the fastest way to connect your GPT or assistant API to Instagram. That's the claim. Then he's going to say, what was this part again here? He's just saying this is the best way to do it.
There we go.
Then he's showing you what the end result is, which is essentially lead collection via AI. Basically, that's what this is. So it's a chatbot on Instagram that is asking questions, qualifying the lead maybe, and then when it's finished, it's sending the information to a CRM, whatever.
It's going to pull out the name and it's going to pull out the phone number and it's going to send that off to Airtable to log that lead so that our sales team can follow up with them. So I can also change the CRM from Airtable to whatever you want.
Yeah, cool, great. So what's the next part?
Be the mini chat template that I'm going to.
So this is where it gets good. So let's just listen.
The valuable part of this is going to be the mini chat template that I'm going to.
I missed that part. Listen to what he says.
Through step by step. The most valuable part of this is going to be the mini chat template that I'm going to give you, which took me like an entire day to create because there's so many issues that I have with it.
This man said the most difficult part was creating a mini chat template that took all day. All right, so I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. A mini chat template that took all day. Why do you think this took all day? Just for those of you that want to be sleuths, for any Nancy Drews or Hardy Boys out there, I know that just showed my age. Why do you think that is? Why do you think a mini chat template or any template from any platform would take all day? I'll let you soak that in. I love to look at the comments and see if I can see if someone guessed correctly. But let's continue.
We have a ton of stuff to get through, so let's get into it. To achieve the functionality that we just saw, we're going to need, of course, the Assistance API from OpenAI. We're going to need a Replit to host that code. Then we're going to call our Replit code from ManyChat.
All right. So this is the next thing. I got to make sure I get this exactly correct. Some of y'all saw this because I was just laughing before I hit live. And you may have seen my screen when I pumped it on. But listen, what this guy is saying, this educator that 100,000 plus impressionable young aspiring entrepreneurs who are looking for someone to trust and looking for someone to give good advice, the best advice. This dude is saying 1, 2, 3, 4 applications are needed, when in fact this is just not true. I can't believe it. To make a long story short, the reason that I think he probably tried with voice flow first and failed was because of the way that he was trying to accomplish the goal of calling some sort of API. So then he chose ManyChat next, I'm sure. And then when it comes down to it, when all else fails, who do you call? Because I can guarantee you neither of those CEOs would answer a phone call. I get the text message. And what's Ryan do? Ryan jumps on a Zoom baby at 5:30 in the morning. None of this is going to make sense. And so the first thing that I tell him is we already solved this. We built everything in the entire assistant API. Well, mate, that's not the way the template's sold. Got it. This tells me everything. This is not who I thought I was following in the beginning. This is not who I was rooting for and pumped for. I'm not rooting for a template guy. I thought this dude was like here to help, but let's just continue before I start crying about it.
Okay, so to get started with this build, you first need to get access to my Replit.
So you don't need Replit. First of all, guys, if you're trying to talk to OpenAI and your end user, you don't need Replit. This is just something that will be sold to you because Replit must be giving money.
As all, first step is to go to the fork button. Then you should be greeted with something like this. For those of you who don't know how to code, don't freak out. You don't need to change any of this really.
Now, look at this psychology here. This dude is so smart. So he's smooth, got that sexy jazz music going on. Listen to this.
As all, first step is to go to the fork button. Then you should be greeted with something like this. For those of you who don't know how to code, don't freak out. You don't need to change any of this really.
There's only a couple parts. I'll walk you through the process of it mainly around API. So I've done this line already to go.
You don't need to know any code really. I'm just going to show you a couple parts, and then this is the rest of the video.
I'll just take you through a bit of a breakdown of how this is different from other tutorials and the way that I've had to modify this so that it works with the Instagram deployment. It's actually quite a while to get working because
limitations of ManyChat, which I'll go into later.
And that's the blame every time when he is doing the wrong, incorrect thing that no AI expert or even AI industry worker would not allow this. They would not allow this. It'd be like, dude, you are doing this incorrectly. You can't have all of these things forced in. But I'll continue. He's just blaming the platform. I just wanted you to hear that last part.
Limitations of ManyChat, which I'll go into later.
And I'm not a ManyChat hater, but come on, man.
But we can start off with a breakdown of the main.py file, which is where all the
actions happening when we're actually interacting with this application. Similar to the other builds I've done, first we have the /start endpoint, which is going to start the conversation. Whenever we start the conversation within ManyChat, any person interacts with my story, I have to trigger. It's going to call this endpoint /start. It's going to create a new thread.
But we can start off with a breakdown of the main.py file,
which is where all the actions happening when we're actually.
This is insane. It goes on and on and on. And then finally, let's get to the part where he's like getting back to like reality here after everyone else is just like the one class you hated in high school that maybe you were so good at you didn't need to pay attention, or the professor sucked so bad or whatever. The one class, you remember that one, or college, whatever, where you just was like, oh, like it really is the Charlie Brown. This is that whole thing is like meant to, it's like to distract and confuse more than anything. This is so not complicated, and he's got so many people trying to turn this chatbot light bulb on, right?
Modifying the very few parts of the code that we actually need to change in order for it to work on your system. You can go to platform.openai.com. Then on the left panel here, you'll have an API key section. Over to Replit here. Then you need to go to the secret section down the bottom left. We can delete this Google Cloud API key because that's not needed for this one. But in this case, we have an OpenAI API key. You can edit it and get our Airtable.
All right, here we go.
Paste yours in and then update the secret. And up next, we need to set up our Airtable and get our Airtable API key. So in this case, you'll be going to the resource hub again.
All right, so this is something that maybe Airtable's not paying him. Maybe Airtable's not paying him because I don't think they were listed in that very first beginning, that icon. But I don't know. He likes Airtable. I get it. Airtable's really a popular tool. But we'll show this exactly once this is finished, like how this is done. But this is the next software. So it goes OpenAI, Replit, and now he's talking about ManyChat, and now he's talking about what did he call it? Airtable.
In the first link in the description, you can sign up to there. And then one final thing that we need to do is go back to our Airtable developers page. All of those changes made, we are ready to run our application for the first time. We need to click this big green button.
This is insane. We're almost done. Let me fast forward this.
Here saying not found. It's not an issue. We can click on this new tab button in the corner. It's going to open up a new tab for us here. With that all up and running correctly, now we can get onto the ManyChat side of things. I've created a template for you that you can just plug and play and
That's template number 2, baby. Get it, Liam.
A couple URLs. This can be a little bit tricky, so I've actually got a recommended tutorial from someone else.
Okay, so the tutorial that took him all day was really tricky, but then he got it from somebody else. Got it. I wonder who that could have been from.
When I had a bunch of issues with getting this set up earlier today, I walked you through some of the basic setup for creating a Facebook page and linking it. There's like a 3 or 4 minute tutorial where the guy explains it really well. That'll be linked down below. And just like that, you have imported the template that I spent hours working on today to get working for you all.
Appreciate the shout out on that, waking me up at 5:30 a.m. So he goes in and explains this insane thing and then shows how it runs.
So that the salesperson can look at the questions column and go, okay, this person was worried about price, or this person was worried about the features or the team, etc. That's not something I've included in this build, but it is possible. If you guys want me to make a video breaking down how you can get all of the transcripts from your assistants, from say your Instagram deployments, from your website deployments, any way you want it, we can be pulling those and centralizing them somewhere. So if you want me...
Guys, that's called an inbox. That is called an inbox, but it lacks inbox features if it's a transcript because you can't talk back.
Ton of really cool stuff coming. I have a sort of mastery GPT development guide that takes you through all of this. The resources mentioned in this video will be available on my resource hub for you to download, steal, and build, and sell, and do whatever you want to do with. If you...
I'll tell you what the agency world would do. They would make sure that all of these videos are like fully like listed with the asterisk of sponsorships everywhere, because I think that's so crazy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. You feel me? So I'm going to hide this joker right here. And so just to keep it super non-funky, I'll make a brand new account just so everyone can see. Like this is how this is the real easiest way. Okay, that's the real truth. This is the real easiest way. Let's make a web chat first, and let's call it Ryan Roofbot. And this I'm going to show you is how you have fun with AI. Ryan Roofbot. What we've done here automatically, instead of having to deal with any of this other crap, is you're not going to believe it, but we're almost like halfway done, guys. If I go to the flow section here and I go to my welcome message, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit preview and let's hit continue. Let's make sure you can see the things. I'm sure people are yelling. It's all right. I heard you subliminally. See if I can make this window just the right size. Okay, so hopefully that's Gucci. What we did here, we made a brand new account. We connected to web chat. We hit welcome on a flow. And I'm going to say hi. Hi, how can I assist you today? Now, Ryan Roofbot, this is for Ryan's Roofing Company. We have no data in here. This is just Chat GPT. I'm going to say, who are you, bro? I'm an AI language model. So this is the first thing we've got to fix. Super easy to fix. Hopefully we can still see the screen really well. God, it infuriates me. I've gotten so much value over my lifetime from YouTube, from very generous people. The first one that hooked me was Gary V. Now, I'm more of a pre-NFT Gary V type of guy, but he gave me a lot of value. Never charged me Nathan. Now, once I had some money a few years later, I bought his books. I didn't buy no NFTs, but yeah, I bought his books. So check this out. We're in our integrations tab, and I showed this guy how to do this. So like, it just struck me. I was like, so it's all about not doing the educational thing, and it's just you're a guy. That's all it's about, and it's just heartbreaking. Here, as you can see, we're one of the only platforms on the planet, if not the only one, that we've already connected you to the world's smartest large language models. You don't need to bring any API keys. I've created a new account. I've not had to input any credit card. This is standard on every account. 3 days, you get the Lamborghini of chatbot builders to drive as fast and furious as you want. All right. So that's number one. Number two, instead of dealing with all this other stuff, we built the assistant right in. Okay. So this is what's really cool. In this case, we also have functions. We pretty much got it all. Here's our assistant feature. This is the entire thing that he took for softwares to do. Let's make an assistant, and let's call this roofer. And so here's how we can give the instructions to our assistant. We'll make this super fast and easy. Your goal is to provide helpful information when people inquire about Ryan's roofing business. Period. If a customer asks for a quote, then you will always make sure that you collect their first name, last name, email, phone number, and address. Always be positive, fun to deal with, and encourage the user to ask any questions that they may have. So this is my little prompt here, right? And so we've got the ability to both run functions and to upload files. In this case, I wanted to make a function happen. How about that? We'll make a function happen. I'm going to hit save. What I'll do here is I'll go to integrations and I will do this. I'm going to, well, if I want to make a function happen, I need to make the function. This is how easy it is. This is the same exact way you would do something in a CRM. In this case, we're going to pretend our CRM is just Google Sheets. So we're going to go to integrations. And we're going to go to Google Sheets. We're just going to click on connect. You're going to connect to the account that you want to deal with, that you got your Google Sheets in. And now you've connected. It's that easy. You're done. You're connected to Google Sheets. If you wanted to use an API, you could do that. If you want to use Zapier or Make or Pabbly and spend money every time, you could do that. Google Sheets is free. All right, so now we've got Google Sheets connected. Now what? We're going to go to flows and let's click add. Let's name this send to the CRM. What is going to happen here is after our bot collects the lead from Instagram, it's going to then send the lead to the Google Sheet or the CRM or wherever you want, Airtable, whatever makes you happy. We'll go to add content. We'll click on actions. We're going to click on Google Sheets. If you were going to use an external request to send it via API, the way he was showing you how to do it, our simplified version of that, just pop it in here. If you wanted to be someone that is a fan of Zapier and you want to use Zapier, Make, or Pabbly, you can use a trigger here, okay, to send the information to wherever you like. But in this case, we're just going to use Google Sheets. And the Google Sheet that we're going to use to send data to is going to be called, what is it going to be called? Roof, I think. Roof. Let me see what this is called. It is going to be called, well, I made that one called Panera Bread. We'll just make a new one really quick. Sheets. We'll make a new one just for the roofer. Roofing leads. All right. Date. That's the first thing we'll need to, if we're going to populate someone in a CRM, we'll need their, the time they came in, their first name. We'll need their last name. I hope you can see. Let me move it back over just a little bit. They'll need their last name here. And we'll need the email. Let's get the phone and let's get address. We can get any information that we want, but roofing leads is what we're working with. Let's go. We'll close out my little web chat here. So let's turn back on the Google Sheets deal here. We should see our new page, roofing leads. We're going to send it to the worksheet we just made, which is sheet 1. For the date, we're going to use last interaction because that's when the last interaction of the thing that we cared about happened. It's a timestamp. First name built in. Just match it up. Right? Same thing for email. Same thing for phone number. Now we don't have one for address. So let's pause there and click save. We'll go back into our flows section here to add a custom field. Add, this would be the same thing that you're matching up into your CRM. We'll just call it address to make it easy. Address. All right. We can go back into our flow. This is into CRM flow, which is a single block. And by the way, here's some OG advice. Whenever you see someone using the flow builder of any program and it's got a bajillion nodes out there and they're huffing and puffing and blowing your house down with all this bot knowledge that they've got, this is your first clue that they're clueless, because the more nodes you have out there is just more chance for your bot to fail. You need to break things down and play work smarter, not harder. So again, let's do last interaction. We'll do first name. We'll do last name. Everything's built in, man. I can't believe this. I can't believe people want to make things so hard when they know they've got people trusting them. That to me, I will never break someone's trust. I'll even admit when I have the address spelled wrong there. Not even going to cry about it. So save. So what this will do is when we've collected the function that we want, we'll send this information to the CRM, which in this case is going to be Google Sheets for us. And then we'll also say to the user, we'll say, thanks. Thanks, you are all set. And then he said, because that's what the purpose of his deal was, guys. He said, all right, it's going to collect the information from Instagram. It's going to send it to the CRM like it's supposed to. And then it's going to alert someone on sales, right? So let's make that happen too. So we'll just add one more block. And in this case, again, built in. I saw someone in another platform actually just say, well, wouldn't it be cool if we had a function that could, notify an admin or someone internally? We've got many ways to do that. Number one being notify admin. So here where it says something happened, I'm just going to replace that with bam, son, you just got a new roofing lead. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I said bam. All right, you just got you a new roofing lead. So do y'all see how this is happening here? This is very, very simple. The hardest part, remember, was the mini chat template that took all day. So Google Sheets is where things are going to be sent once we have information collected. Thanks, you're all set will be sent to the user, and we're going to notify the admin, who is me. Yo, you just got a new lead. And let's click this again here just to make sure I've got my stuff. Boom, that looks good. All right, so now what we'll do, let's make sure I publish that. Make sure the yellow dot is going away. If it doesn't, that means you got to hit publish and then be patient. Now it's gone. So what we'll do now is we'll go back over to our settings here. We'll go to our integrations, ChatGPT Tizzle, and then we're going to go right on here to functions. And what we'll do is we'll click add new. We built functions in for you. So all this OpenAI formatted JSON that people are like going to try to probably sell you onto, we built that in as well. So this will be get, or let's say collect lead data. This is what our trigger is going to do. We're going to say allows the user to become a lead and provide their contact information, like name, email, phone number, and address. All right. So let's do their let's do first name, let's do last name, let's do email, let's do phone number, and then let's do address. That should be it. All right. This is a real AI, guys. Username, let's call it first name. User. And I'll continue the story once I finish this gangster bot. I hope Sam Altman finds a new place to call home. If not, he can come work with us anytime. We'll hire you, Sam. I hope everything's good over there. So what we're going to do is I'll explain. We've named our function, collect lead data. What is the function? What does the trigger do? Right? This is a function. It's going to allow the user to become a lead and provide their contact information, like name, email, and phone number. Let's specify to give ourselves more chance at success at what we're actually looking for. First name and last name, email, phone number, and address. Cool. And so what's happening here is instead of working with all that JSON that is extremely easy to misformat, have a typo, just not send it correctly because of something so small and sometimes hard to identify. We did all the hard work for you. All right. So instead of showing you 20 minutes of code and how to fix it and how to like modify it, like this dude did, when in the beginning said there's only just it's a template. You don't need to do anything. Not the case. Send to the CRM is what's going to happen, which is the flow that we just made. Continue. So let's recap on what we've got going on. We're already connected to ChatGPT. This is your base prompt. We don't want to use that. We just made an assistant without using Riplet, without using anything. That assistant is called a roofer. Continue. When I go back over here to check my assistant, roofer, click here. I can see here is where I'm going to select the collect lead data. This is the function. So these are the instructions. If I want to add upload files, I can add files here. I don't have any roofing files. I'll show you that next if you want, if there's enough people that think that's a good idea. But this is what we're going to do. So this is our assistant. So now I guess the next thing that we need to do is go ahead and show you how hard it is to connect to Facebook and Instagram, because that was the hardest thing was connecting this stuff, right? Well, let's connect to Facebook first. I'm going to show you how hard it really is. We'll click edit and we're just going to click next, done. And now I just got to select the page, which is called roofing or something like that. I think it's at the top. Roof leads bot. Here's my Facebook page. And it's connecting. Come on. Bam. Done. Now here's the hard part. Here's how you connect to Instagram. You go to channels. You select Instagram. You click connect. And then you download Riplet. And then you install Python. And then you make a Zapier call. Just kidding. You just click edit settings and make sure your pages are there. Make sure you've given all the permissions. You're not going to see this message because you're not the admin of the application. That's me. But we're already applying for the newest permissions that are available. We are official official Meta partners. So we might have a little bit of access to some of that new before anybody else. I connected the Instagram page here, and we'll see how hard this is. Whatever the next step is. Let's see. Oh, wait, we're done. That was the hard part. All right, so we made the flow. That took all day in 3 minutes. And then we used only our own program to connect to the Assistant API. But does it work? Why don't we find out? I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to scan. You can't scan this, but I'll scan it. And this is opening up Messenger. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you the goods on what he's going to show next. He called it the transcripts. If you'd like to see the transcripts of your assistants, y'all can make fun of my voice too. I don't care. He'll show you a way to do that. Well, I'll show you a way to do that right now. It's called the inbox. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm already connected to Facebook. So as a user, I'm going to hit that beautiful get started button that Facebook provides. And so look, holy smokes. Holy she is that what these kids are doing these days? All right, so get started. I don't have a welcome message set up because I just connected to the Facebook page. But I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to get a response. I'm going to say, what up, bro? I heard that y'all had roof repair and roof services to offer. And just so you know, guys, I'm the customer right now on my phone. You guys are the admin. And so look at what we got here. Whoever's wearing Jordans right now besides me, just take the ball to the hoop and dunk it because we just did the whole thing. Now, we'll see if we can collect the leads. Hey there, absolutely. We specialize in roof repair and roofing services. If you're interested, and learning more and getting a quote, feel free to ask. I'm an automatic conversational designing whiz kid at this point. You guys have seen every single step. You don't have to go to no $200 template club to then buy the template to then buy the platforms to make the things work. Do that math. If I was a 19, 18, 20, 21, even 23, 24-year-old, I'm spending that kind of bread to get nothing, not nothing, to get so much information that is misdirection and not the actual education. So wrong, man. So let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, so I want a new roof. What info do you need for me to get going? I've got plenty of money to pay for it. So I'm saying this as the user to the bot. Let's see how the bot responds. It's typing. Fantastic to hear. To get started, I need some basic information. Can you please provide me with your first name, last name, email, phone number? This will help us get the process going smoothly. Sure. My name is, well, I'll just type it. Sure. My name is Ryan Baggott, and my phone number, in case any of y'all want to call, is 843-505-1657. My email that I make very public is ryan@chatbotbuilder.ai. And then they got my country accent so wrong. .ai. But what is really cool is you're able to like make mistakes and ChatGPT fixes them. But we're just going to we're going to make sure we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. So that's my answer. Back to the OGs remember. Like our trainer Kelly remembers, we used to dream about this. It was impossible without Dialogflow to collect more than one piece of information and save it without having to go through what's called the flow. I'm giving all the information in one go. And so now, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Thanks, you're all set. Bam, son. Do you see this? Do you see this is already in the Google Sheets? Now, I forgot to give my address. I will be slightly blown away if this works because I don't think it will. But it did collect every single bit of my information right there. My address is unknown, and I'm going to be like this. My bad, dog. I forgot to tell you where I live. My address is Hilton Head Island, son. SC. All right, so let's see if this updates. I'll give the credit to OpenAI. No worries, Ryan. Thanks for the info. If you have any other questions or if there's anything else you need, just holla. Well, they didn't say that, but if I told them to, they would have. All right, so they didn't update that, but at least I have it in the chat. That to me is still just straight incredible. Buddy's got that. And so, notify admin. And so what this is going to mean is, let's see, which email address. This is good for you guys to know. When you use the notify admin without anything else being set up, what happens is it's going to go off of your email. So this email address of mine, I'm going to log into it and I'll show you exactly the alert that I got, but I'm not going to log into that email on my phone because who knows what will be on that thing. But guys, that's it. I mean, that's literally the whole thing. The whole thing that he just like showed and had like 2,500 templates for that cost $1 million. Just kidding. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how much they cost. I would never buy one. And if you see templates on our platform on his thing, don't just, man, I would say I'm going to probably ask him if it's not already taken off by now, which I'm sure it is. Just remove all of our stuff from your site, man. Anyone that's using his little discount, it'll still be honored, but I just can't be associated with that. My reputation is the fastest, easiest, best way to do things. That's what it has to be. That is my goal. My goal is not to take advantage. And I feel like when people are all about the money versus the value, that's my opinion, man. All right, so let's get into this email here. It's called Ryan, because this is so cool. You just have to see it. the built-in notification, in which you can customize your notification all you want. All right, I found it. You can customize these notifications all you want, but we have them built in nicely for you. So this guy's logging in here, and I'll just throw a screenshot on my phone. Okay, here's my verification code. Need that. Bam. All right, cool. So here comes the screenshot. Bam, son. It literally does say that. So here I'm gonna airdrop this on my screen, then I'll check comments and see if I got any problems I can solve. You know, when I played baseball, fun fact, I used to be hitting them home runs, but my walk-up song was Vanilla Ice, because I was the problem solver, baby. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so here's my screenshot. This is too fun to me. That's the thing people don't understand. Like, this is not a job to me. This is my, first of all, this is what I do. So when people play in my space, they got to do it the right way. Here is the because this is so fun to me. Let's find my little deal here. Bam, look at this. So here is the alert that I just got. Can you see it? Oh, shoot, that looks crazy. Let's see if we can zoom out of that bad boy. Open with a back. So yeah, so look, so it just happened. It came in from Ryan the Roof Bot 3 minutes ago. Laughed at notifications. I hope someone's laughing. Bam, done. You just got a new roofing lead. View conversation. To stop reading this, edit your own settings, because that's what you just do. Now, this is a screenshot, so I can't click the link, but the email is here. That's awesome. Like, straight up, the whole thing. We do have the ability to have browser notifications, so I prefer that. As a matter of fact, I probably could have one of those to show you on here. Anyways, let's check out the comments, and yeah, I think mission accomplished, man. I mean, like, listen, again, shout out to Homie for being able to have the right timing, gangster editing skills, and cojones to do it, because everybody can talk about it, but nobody like actually goes out there and puts their face out there and just does it. And most of the time it's because of something called imposter syndrome, where people don't want to do things. Shout out Kelly for teaching us all the things. Imposter syndrome, you know, you might be qualified, but you just don't ever know. So then you get scared, and then you don't become a face on YouTube or somewhere else. And then that leads you to not be the most best at your, I guess, occupation or whatever you're trying to do to be, because you've got imposter syndrome. You think maybe you're not good enough. The alternate is not being good enough, or the third choice, which I don't want to think this, but you guys make your own decisions. If you're doing it just for the money, you just need to come out and say it. I mean, that's why all these social platforms require the paid sponsorship. I paid this dude, you know, I didn't know I was paying him to showcase our tool in a way that it was not designed. This was the trick, but I let that slide. You know, whatever. That was personally a little bit offensive. That you don't. It's like you buy a Ferrari, but you drive it like it's a Honda. You know what I'm saying? It's like you drove the car, but you didn't drive the car. And so that was okay. But then when I saw this last one, after helping this dude, showing him the correct way to do things, the way that's going to be easy, the way that's going to be fast and efficient, I did it all for the template. The template. That's his song, man. That's it, guys. Let's look at the comments. We got anybody in here? Whoo, boy. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't even know. Any guesses? What's going on, Ferris? What's going on? I got some people in here. There's the bot queen herself. I might have been even a little late, past 35 minutes. DM Digital, baby. Where'd he go? Where's DM Digital? I just saw his comment on here. Where is he at? That's my man right here. Y'all look out for Danny. Danny ain't gonna lie. Danny's gonna tell you the truth. Danny will tell you when things suck. I'm sure he's going to be one of the first ones to do a tutorial, maybe not for us, maybe for us, but showcasing us, since he's like mastering the tool. He's going to say, "Yo, Ryan, you need to fix this. This part sucks. Everything else is good." He'll be one to tell you the truth for sure. I see AA Rush. I don't know you, but oh man is right. First screen shows apart from his last video. That sure did. I'm glad that y'all could hear it. Alvin, this is my main man right here. I never wanted to even make this video, man. I never even wanted to do it, but I've got a daughter now. I've never bought a course in my life that I actually used. I've purchased 1 or 2 courses legitimately to support my friends or people I respect. That's not more than 2 times in my life, aside from college. Never. And I've not. I don't think I failed too hard yet. And so I'm not saying that courses aren't amazing. I'll say my wife bought a course. Shout out to her for doing things to be prepared for our baby, who's now a year old. Shout out to Vivian Bell. I love you so much. Sorry, Daddy had to educate somebody today, but the course that she purchased was a extremely well produced video of extremely helpful advice to new mothers and what to expect. They did not try to sell her on 100 products in a template club and a this and a that. They tried to provide the right information, the right education, made it fun to watch, and it was money well spent. I can't sleep at night if someone that ever spent $1 with me felt like they're not getting 100 times the value. And that's why we have the 100% satisfaction guarantee. We give you 3 full days. We pay out of our pocket on that API usage. 3 days to play. We don't offer anything free after that, but we want you to understand, is this a good thing or not? And in that 30-day period, at any time, if we have a user that says, yeah, it's not for me, which for months we never had a single cancellation. And at this point, we don't have people that really say we want to cancel, but the card only can decline so many times. And then it's just, well, the account gets automatically canceled. That happens with all businesses. But the rate at retainment at which we have is something I'm probably most proud of, aside from the fact that we are the best chatbot building platform on the planet. And it's because of the users. Like I've always said, we listen to your feedback. We don't play around with paid add-ons here and there. We try to make everything as affordable as freaking possible. And we do have a higher point of entry than free or $9 or $20, because that is the reason SaaS can't grow. When all your resources are going to the free people instead of the people that are paying you, sometimes that have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 accounts or agencies, it's so unfair. It's so unfair to deal with them because you're worried about what this unpaid user is going to write on their blog or their Facebook. I don't care. We do care about our paid subscribers. When you invest in us, we invest in you. I think that's apparent in our Discord. I think that's going to be more apparent in 2024 as we've just legitimately hired the top name in the game of AI that has had nothing but a beautiful brand of telling the truth, of doing the right things. That's who we want to be associated with. We've got more announcements coming up. I'm sorry I had to drop this video. I'm sure I'll get some hate for it, but at the end of the day, this isn't about being a hater. This is about doing the right thing, not about making another buck. That's all I got to say. Peace.